this program may contain images of people who have passed.
We also have the same print in our women's. So we have the Wurrung organic linen top.
This pop-up shop in North Melbourne is making a difference, showcasing Indigenous designs to the wider community.
Ready to go? Yeah, good. It's so fits really nicely.
For Corina, it is also helping to break down barriers for Indigenous women working to make a name in the fashion industry.
So I really love that we can share this space with other First Nations businesses and how we can elevate other women and work together collaboratively. That's what we're wearing.
Corina is 33 and mother to 5-year-old Sapphire, and sees running her own venture as a more flexible path to financial independence.
I felt really torn around my options as a single mum, and I felt like I kind of had to go back to work full time and be away from her in order, because I didn't have a second income in my family. This is quite often actually legit how we work, don't we? That was definitely a huge push for me to start Amber Days as my full-time business, and the importance of being around my daughter has just been so amazing. So we have matching dresses, don't we?
Another motivation to start the venture in 2018 was a lack of sustainable clothing for her baby daughter.
Clothing that didn't have harmful chemicals, but also was fair trade, was always, on the top of my list. And 6 years ago, it was really difficult to find labels that ticked both boxes. All of our fabrics are GOT certified, so that's a global organic textile standard. And we use non-toxic dyes with all of the dyeing of our fabrics, and we use fair trade manufacturing.
Amber Days has now grown to include an adult fashion range that recently featured on the Indigenous runway at the Melbourne Fashion Festival.
Tonight's runway I'm super excited about. I feel so honoured to be walking alongside some of these other amazing First Nations fashion designers. That was a really, really special collection that I'm really proud of. Everything was printed on 100% silk and really beautiful to feel and touch. We try to make most of our clothing breastfeeding friendly, and also we try to make our styles to be able to fit well on lots of different sizes.
The festival was a celebration for many Australian designers after 2 years of pandemic restrictions.
It feels surreal actually to be out in public and be celebrating fashion after such a long lockdown. It's really exciting.
Corina is among many small business owners who struggled with the impact of COVID restrictions.
The behind the scenes stuff was really, really difficult through COVID. Pricing of organic fabrics went up really high. Alongside, we had some huge delays which were really hard, and to be honest, I think the hardest part about COVID for our business was just my mental health, to be able to cope through that. And when you're working on your own and you've got a business on your own, that's kind of the key to keeping it going, and if that's suffering, that can be really difficult. And towards the end, we found it really, really hard.
One of the keys to her survival, strong financial foundations, which Corina put in place with support from Indigenous Business Australia.
One of the things, she identified what the gaps were, and every individual does have. She looked into IBA for support to build that acumen skills, which could help her, develop that capability and capacity within the business.
I really wanted to make sure that I was across the financial literacy part, because I feel like that's sometimes where women get taken advantage of. And with IBA, they connected me to my incredible accountant. She's also a woman of colour, which was really important to me.
We put in a lot of effort in constantly working with the client, and in Corina's case, we want to see a smile on someone who's constantly trying, and at the end of the day, their success is our success as well.
Building on that success, Corina is expanding her global footprint, and orders to her online site come from far and wide.
We definitely have a global customer base. We have quite a few sales coming from the UK, America, Canada, Singapore. So I think that our customers really love our fabrics, because not only are they ethical and sustainable, but when you're dressing your baby, knowing that you're not putting chemicals on their skin, that's really special too.
And Corina has big plans to grow the business further.
Once the artwork comes to me, I then send it off to another Aboriginal woman, Taylor Amy, who is an Aboriginal textile designer. This isn't just about me, this is about our community, this is about our women, this is about how we can use our platform to make that change. I just really would like to see more First Nations designers, in particular, in the mainstream fashion space.